If you are a real estate agent and you've ever wanted to generate your own high quality leads through YouTube, today I'm going to be presenting to you an entire checklist. We're going to be going through exactly what your YouTube channel needs in order to be successful. There's a million strategies out there, and unfortunately, a lot of them are either outdated or they're just not right. So by the end of this video, I'm going to give you the entire playbook of how to start your very own real estate YouTube channel, or if you're somebody who already has one, how to do it correctly. And you may be asking what qualifies me to be able to teach this to you today. I am the creator of the entire Living In method. So if you've seen a Living In City State YouTube channel anywhere in the country or out of this country, I developed that almost 7 years ago. I've got 13 YouTube channels across the country, and currently we have closed over 800 home sales from these. And I have taught thousands and thousands of realtors across the country to do the same. So with this, we're going to be doing a full checklist. And at the end of this video, we're also going to be talking about how you can increase your lead generation and what tracking measures you need to be looking at every single day in order to make sure that your YouTube channel is working correctly. So we're going to jump right into this. Right away, you have to have the foundation completely set up. And you don't want to skip this because I see it all the time. People just start shooting videos, and either they're the right videos or wrong videos, but when you don't have your actual foundation set up, so if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, this is what you want to follow. And if you have one, you want to make sure that you have all of these boxes checked. Now, before I do jump into this, my name is Jackson Wilkie with the Channel Junkies. We have been teaching YouTube for real estate for over 7 years now. I currently run the largest Living In YouTube channel in Houston, Texas, and many other markets across the country. So if that's the kind of information you want, how to generate free real estate leads from YouTube, then I would definitely consider subscribing. This channel is filled with the most up-to-date strategies on doing that. So right out of the gate, you're going to notice that it says channel name. Include Living In City, which is another geo keyword rich phrase. So when I started this, it was my name on it, and then we had our real estate group. It wasn't for about a year until I really figured this out, where we switched our YouTube channel name from Jackson Wilkie to Living In Portland, Oregon. That was the very first Living In YouTube channel that was ever created. What that does is it actually not only kind of signals to YouTube what your YouTube channel is about, but I have found the majority of what happens in YouTube and how some agents generate so many leads, close sales from YouTube is the connection, right? And so basically the way I like to look at it is if you were driving down the freeway at 70 miles an hour and you read a billboard, you need to know what that means. And so when people like your videos, they see your videos and they go to your YouTube channel and it says Living In Your City State, they know immediately what that's about. And that was really a game changer for us. And I already know what you're going to ask. Well, there's already a few of those in my city. That's totally fine. You could do Living In Boise, Idaho, and then your team name or something. But it definitely helps to have Living In City State as your actual channel name. Next up, you're going to have two things. You're going to have a profile picture, and then you're going to have a banner. On the profile picture, you can definitely just use your face. That's what we used to do a lot of times. And as of lately, I've actually put kind of our little brand, our watermark right on there. So the original Living In Houston, Texas team, it's just a way that we can kind of brand ourselves and they start seeing that. But most importantly, you have to realize if you want to do this correctly, your face is the brand. So you need to be in the videos. You need to be all over the YouTube channel. They need to create that connection with you. So when it comes to the banner, the third one, we like to basically just kind of do like a skyline picture. You can basically find these on Google of your city. And we like to have three things in there. First of all, you're going to have your face all over it. Again, I get this question all the time, Jackson, I don't know if I really want to be on video and I don't want to put my face all over out there. You're really not going to get that many leads. In fact, I have many students in my elite coaching who went down the rabbit hole of shooting kind of faceless videos and super high luxury videos where they're not in it. And they got a lot of views and subscribers, but they closed no deals. And that's why they're in my elite coaching, paying me a lot of money in order for them to actually get leads out of this. You got to be all over it. Your face is the brand. Secondly, you're going to have subscribe on that YouTube channel banner. And that just basically tells them, hey, subscribe, because we do videos every single week and it's all about living in your city state, right? So again, when they come to your YouTube channel, immediately they need to be told what they get. And I learned this early on, as we used to have our face on there and then all we had was our name, our number, our email. That told them nothing. Okay. They came to our YouTube channel. They're like, what is this, just about some dude or some greasy realtor? And we didn't even have our city state on there. So they were more inclined to hop off and not watch our other videos. Then when you go to the about section of a YouTube channel, this is actually really important and a lot of people mess this up. Again, this is a section where us real estate agents are basically taught we need our landing pages, squeeze pages, contact, all that kind of information. The About Me page should be filled with keyword-rich keywords about living in your city. And so we've got templates on this. In fact, I've got other videos where not only do I go through kind of this checklist, I build everything out for you. But this checklist, I'm telling you right now, is the most important thing, because if you're missing just one of these, your YouTube channel is just not going to work. So in that About section, make sure that you make it all about living in your city. Those keywords are going to be able to go into YouTube algorithms, and it's going to crawl your page, and it's going to know what your YouTube channel is about and help you rank your videos later on. Lastly, I do put websites and phone numbers and stuff in there, but we used to only do that, and YouTube had no idea what our channel was about. Again, really keyword rich at the start, and then have your contact info, because I don't care who you are or who's watching your channel. If they can't for some reason figure out how to contact you, they're probably going to go to your About page, and you definitely need your name, and don't forget your license number in there, and also your email and anything else. We don't typically put websites in there if it doesn't lead to any value. I can talk about our website that actually generates anywhere from about 50 to 70 really high quality leads. But again, these are people that are not cold traffic. They are actually submitting certain forms to us, but you have to do it a certain way. Next up, number 2, once you get the YouTube channel set up, this is where probably the biggest hurdle lies, because there's 2 things that happen. One, either everybody just gets freaked out and they don't want to shoot videos. They get terribly, scared to be on camera. Or 2, they do the opposite. They literally go buy every piece of gear known to man. I have had conversations and coaching calls with agents who literally have boxes of equipment behind them and they don't know how to use it. If you don't know how to use cameras and microphones and lighting and all that stuff, and you buy it all thinking you need to make the best videos, you're never going to get off the ground. I literally started this with my cell phone and a clip-on lens. That was what I had. It was an iPhone 4. This was many, many, many years ago. Then we graduated, and as you can see there, I put camera, smartphone, or basic DSLR mirrorless. And the reason I put that is not really for the quality aspect. I mean, phones, GoPros, all those shoot amazing videos. But I also get a lot of real estate agents who say, man, I got this old, Sony camera. It's just laying around. It's a great camera to use. I'll talk about how to use it effectively, but there is one reason I don't use a smartphone. I am not a big fan of using the phone because, one, I get a lot of agents too who don't really understand how to get the footage from their phone over to their computer. That can really cause a log jam. The other thing is when you're filming with your cell phone camera a lot, typically you have the screen facing you. And I've watched these videos thousands and thousands of times, and their eyes are typically over on the side over here because they're looking at themselves on their screen to make sure they're in there instead of looking at the little tiny microscopic lens about this big. So if our entire video is us kind of looking over to the side, your average view durations, everything's going to drop. It's very awkward. So the other reason, again, I've done this so long now, I've made every mistake that every agent has even thought about 10 times over. I even shot a video the other day with no sound on. It's the worst. But when we shoot with a cell phone video and your cell phone starts ringing, notifications start coming through, it can really mess with you. If your phone starts ringing, you don't have it on silent mode or plane mode, it can turn that camera off and then you have no idea where you left off and it just frustrates you. So my number one tip is typically if you're very kind of new at this and don't have a lot of experience, go either use a GoPro or my ultimate favorite right now basically is any DJI product. They have the best lenses, the best microphones, the best cameras, and the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 might be one of the most versatile camera setups for real estate that has ever been made. And I don't get any affiliate out of that, but that also comes with a clip-on wireless microphone that is already synced to that unit. So you're gonna get crystal clear picture, crystal clear audio, and it has the ability to shoot all the way up into 4K, 1080, vertical, horizontal. You can do everything with that. It is a real miracle worker. Microphones, it's definitely the most important. Again, if you're shooting with your phone, they have pretty decent microphones, but the problem with that is even with this microphone I've got right now that sounds good, if I turn my head back here, you're gonna hear that it actually silences it. You can't hear it, and hopefully you could even hear that. When you use a phone or the built-in microphone of a camera and you're out vlogging and you're shooting that video, a lot of times what you're gonna be doing is kind of turning your head and pointing at stuff and talking. Well, that microphone doesn't pick it up as well. It actually looks at it as like outside noise, so it's gonna drown it out. And any kind of wind that comes through, you're gonna typically hear that as well. So shotgun microphones, I used them for years and years and years. In fact, the logo that you see down on the bottom is actually me vlogging downtown Seattle, one of my YouTube channels, and I had a GoPro with a shotgun microphone on it. We used it for years. They are amazing. Make sure you use the wind jammer that comes with it. But we have now kind of graduated to wireless microphones because they are just the best. It doesn't matter if you're next to the camera. It doesn't matter if you're 20 feet away. It doesn't matter if you turn your head. You're always gonna have crystal clear audio, and they make amazing clips for your shirt, even with magnets so you can just go through your shirt. Microphones, I can't say enough about it. Lighting, obviously I like to go out and I like to vlog. Vlogging is where we're out in the community. And the whole reason that I figured out this whole YouTube thing was I was shooting thousands of videos on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. And those videos kind of just went out to a broad audience and nobody really cared. And I didn't get views, and I definitely never got any leads. And I shot thousands of these things. But when I discovered that people were searching cities and suburbs, sometimes 10 or 15 times a month more in YouTube than they were in Google, meaning people were searching Beaverton, Oregon in YouTube 12 times more a month than they were in Google. They wanted to see it with their own eyes. They're trying to figure out what it's like to be there. So I am always gonna be out. I will do studio videos like this here and there, but being outside, you cannot beat natural light. Using any one of these cameras, you're gonna have amazing quality. You might be like, oh, I gotta shoot in 4K. It's gotta be, you gotta realize that 4K has no better picture than it does 1080, especially with vlogging. It's just a way bigger picture, a way bigger video file, and it's way tougher to use. 1080, 60 frames per second. Let me touch on that for a second. When it comes to frames per second, you're gonna hear, oh, the best quality is 24 frames per second. Well, the issue with that, and I've actually gone out and I've split tested this, and it's in my course. I put them side by side. If I vlog in 24 frames per second, that movement, when I'm moving around and talking, it's very jumpy, right? 24 frames per second is meant for a camera that sits still like the one I'm looking in right now. And even that, I would still just shoot in 60 frames per second because that eliminates all the jumpiness and bumpiness. And if you ever want to slow some footage down, well, if you use 60 frames per second, you can slow that down. If you use 24 and you try to slow down a clip, it's gonna jump really bad. Again, I've made every mistake in the book. Next up, you'll see a simple ring light. So if you're in a studio, you're in your bedroom, you're in your office, honest to God, nowadays, any kind of ring light that just portrays light onto your face and that camera is right there under it or behind it or right in front of it, that's gonna give your camera the best lighting. The worst mistake you can do is actually sit with a bright window behind you and have a camera. That's why it always looks grainy. It's because it's trying to dim down the lights behind you, but it actually really affects your picture quality. Lastly, editing. I get this question all the time. Jackson, what if I want to edit my own videos? We can talk a little bit more about if you're going to have an editor. That is probably one of the number one, I guess, issues again that people have is finding editors, and they always blame the editor for doing a bad job, but it's you. You don't know how to organize your clips correctly. In fact, I have a video on this channel of how I organize my clips where I could give my videos to any editor in the world and they're going to edit it just perfect because of the organization. But if you have a MacBook, iMovie is one of the simplest and easiest editing platforms that you can find. There's just nothing easier, and it's amazing. There is also on, Windows PC has its own editor. If you want to step up your game and you kind of understand editing or you've used iMovie before, Final Cut is basically the same kind of keyboard, and it's a great option. But I have found not only editing thousands of videos myself, but coaching thousands of realtors. Filmora is probably the best editing platform out there for both Windows and PC. Very simple to use, tons of loaded B-roll and audio clips. You have the ability to stack clips so that you can add B-roll. It's amazing. So I would definitely go with Filmora, but if you have iMovie, go with that. 3, the content strategy. Okay, now we got the equipment. What the hell do I shoot, right? So you have to think about this one thing. Even if you have an incredible YouTube channel and everything is set up correctly, your videos may never perform well if you don't have your leads in mind. The people that are watching these videos, again, the second one, I'm gonna skip to it. It says avoid videos, right? Market updates, listing tours, early phase realtor commercials, or title videos, escrow process. That's all kind of stuff that, one, they're already in contract with another real estate agent, but two, that's not the information that they really care about. Those videos never perform well. And market updates are really just videos that last for, obviously a day, a week, a month, and then they're outdated. We need evergreen content. So the correct videos, we love map tours, pros and cons videos, cost of living videos, and then neighborhood deep dives. Those are basically our vlogs, right? That is what I have made my entire career on. That is what we have sold 800 plus homes, and that is how we have helped real estate agents across the country do billions, with a B, billions in real estate sales, all free from YouTube. And again, I'm not going to dive into those. I have videos on this YouTube channel that teaches you how to do map videos, how to do studio videos, which is pros and cons and cost of living, how to vlog, all of that. But those are the videos that you need to focus on. In that video, you've got to hook people. So when you're dealing with a search engine, right? And I don't care, you could do TikTok, Instagram, all that. If you've done videos, you got to capture their attention quickly. But the difference is why we get way more leads on YouTube than any real estate agent in the world with any other platform is because the intent. What are people doing? They seek information when they want to make a purchase. That is the beginning of the sales process. They seek information. So when they type something into YouTube, you better hook them and answer that question right away. So we don't open videos going, "Hi, my name is Jackson Wilkie. I'm the best realtor right here in such and such. Make sure you give me a call." Well, they searched, what is it like to live in Beaverton, Oregon? So I need to open that video and go, hey, in this video, we're going to be discussing everything you need to know about living in Beaverton, Oregon. In fact, we're going to go out and vlog some of these areas. You're going to get to see it all. And actually, we're going to bring up the map and discuss a bunch of different areas to live. That's going to help you to choose some areas you might like to live, and more importantly, maybe some areas you would hate to live. So stay tuned, right? So when I hook them like that, they searched it and I answered their question right away. You need to eliminate the intro videos. This was something that we did years and years and years ago. And that was when we basically did our hook, and then we did this little 5, 7, 10-second kind of intro video showing us. And it worked forever, but we were the only show in town. These people couldn't watch anything else. As more and more realtors have entered the market of YouTube, average view durations, watch time, how long they're staying on these videos is so important. So we eliminated that because I saw in the analytics the massive drop-offs. I teach 100% with data analytics. I don't make anything up. And this is actually, we've had multiple agents come through our training and our programs, have incredible success. They typically rip off the process and they go repackage it and sell it for way more than I do. But they use these outdated strategies. And after those agents go through those programs, they have no success. I look and they're doing strategies from 4 or 5 years ago. You've got to stay up to date on this. It's very competitive. But the good news is we have brand new agents who come into markets and just clean house because they go with the most updated strategies. They have the best videos, and YouTube wants time on platform. So it really doesn't care how new you are. You got to do it correctly. All right, number 4 is the filming guidelines. Okay, so this is what we got to understand when we're filming these videos. Number 1, talk to the relocation buyer, not the local neighbor. Again, I get this question a lot. Is this just for relocation buyers? Yes, what we do is typically for the relocation buyers, but I will have you note that we get so much local people watching our channels. We do get a lot of listings. Those typically come a little bit later into kind of your trajectory, but you will get a lot of listings. And here's the good news. They say on average, people sell their home within 7 years of purchasing it. We have now sold 800 homes. We've been doing this for 7 years. We found that actually people who buy homes through YouTube and relocate, they sell on an average of just over 2 years. A lot of times they end up finding a new, better area, or they got to relocate again for work. And so we got to stay top of mind, and we get a lot of listings from past clients. So make sure, again, your videos, you're talking to people, giving them the value and the information they would want when moving there. 2, keep the tone authentic and not scripted. This is really difficult to do. And out of the gate, you may want to start a little bit more, have some scripts, some bullet points. And I hate scripts. I definitely did them early on, and they're terrible performing videos. And again, as the landscape changed and more people do it, the authentic part. That's why I said keep the tone authentic, because here's the deal. At the end of the day, the people are going to YouTube to search this information about these cities, and then what they're trying to do is connect with somebody. So I don't give a damn about AI or any of this other stuff. At the end of the day, people want to connect, and every lead that we've ever had, and the hundreds of thousands of leads that other realtors have, and every agent that's in my coaching program, they all say the same thing. Oh my gosh, I love your videos. I've watched all the other people, but I just really connect with you. So you have to kind of find who you are. I'm a dad, I'm 41, I got 3 kids. I actually moved here to Houston too, and I talk about all of that in every video because I'm connecting directly with that audience. And so, I really get the majority of my leads coming from that type of niche, right? And we always hear, what's your niche? Oh, it's got to be luxury. It's got to be new construction. No, the niche is you. You used to be a teacher. You used to be in the military. Your husband's a doctor. That is your niche. Those are things that you can talk about that absolutely spark somebody right there to not only reach out to you, but connect with you. So stay authentic. 3, shoot B-roll of the neighborhoods, amenities, and homes. So you want to make sure that you have a lot of B-roll when you're discussing and talking about things. When you can really show it with video, 1, they really enjoy that. But 2, that's how we can get those average view durations up. Do not try to pay a kid to go do it or try and buy a bunch of footage. Just take some time, drive around. When you're out showing properties, get all that B-roll. Turn your phone horizontal, and now I say phone, but we're not talking in it. I'm just talking about a bunch of good B-roll, and those can really add some great effects to your videos. And 4, mention your contact info 2 to 3 times naturally in your videos. At the end of this video, we'll talk a little bit more about calls to action. But yes, the one thing that I figured out when we finally started learning years and years and years ago, that people were searching these cities. We had the SEO correct. We did great videos. They were starting to rank in YouTube. We were getting a lot of views. We were getting a lot of subscribers. And one day a guy asked me and says, you do the craziest videos I've ever seen, but how many leads do you get? How much business? I was like, none, really. He goes, do you ever tell people to call you? And I'm like, no, I can't. That's too salesy. He goes, no, people are idiots. Like, you have to tell them to call you. Now, you can't just open a video and tell people to call you. I fill them with all the value. I show them what it's like to live there. And then I say, and this is what we love doing. We love helping people move, relocate here, and buy homes. And you locals, we love helping you sell your home and get into the new one. Make sure you give us a call days, nights, weekends. We love hearing from you. That right there, when we put that into our first video about 7 years ago, this thing is what it is today. We got 14 phone calls the next day, and people were so excited to talk to us. Next up, you've shot the video. It's time to upload that and put in your SEO, which is search engine optimization. Again, if you didn't know, Google owns YouTube. YouTube is a massive search engine. And I know it's number 2 by volume, in which ChatGPT seems to be kicking Google's ass anyways lately, but it doesn't matter. When people move, relocate, they're going to YouTube number 1, and it's not even close. I can show you the data and the research. And if you remember at the beginning of this, I looked up the keyword research on, let's just say, Beaverton, Oregon. In Google, it was searched about 37,000 times a month. Not bad. In YouTube, it's searched over 300,000 times a month. So you've got to understand that the majority of people go to YouTube for this, and you have to have your SEO dialed. That's how you rank. First, keyword rich title. Okay, so we can't just have random videos. And this is another mistake that I see a lot of realtors make, is they do very national, broad videos. And you may see a lot of realtors who do what we call doom and gloom, like the market's crashing or Zillow did this or that. That is going out to a nationwide audience. And you may get some good views on some of that stuff, but you don't get any leads. Again, you got to have that city, state in that title. We've actually got entire documents of the top 25 best performing video titles that have ever been made. Now, I give that to my elite coaching students so that they have the best titles, but you can basically do any search in your city and start realizing which videos are getting the most search, most traffic, and you can kind of emulate those. Don't duplicate them. You need to sound differently and do everything differently, but you got to make sure you got that in your title. Description, okay? I love to put about 130 to 150 words in my description. Again, when we started, the description of our video had Jackson Wilkie, realtor, here's my number, here's my email. What is the sole purpose of the description of the video? To tell YouTube what your video is about, just like we talked about with the about section. So make sure in your description you are putting in 130, 150, 200 words of really keyword-rich data. Two things here. If you're talking about Beaverton, Oregon, then you need to have a lot of stuff about living in Beaverton, Oregon, moving to Beaverton, Oregon home tours, those kind of things that people are actually searching. Do not start putting in neighboring cities and go, well, I'm going to rank for Tigard, Oregon, or hey, I'm in Houston and this video is all about the Bridgeland, Cypress, Texas, but I'm going to put in the Woodlands and I'm going to put in Katy because those are big ones too. If it recommends that video to somebody searching Katy and it's all about Bridgeland, they jump off. They don't watch it and that video crashes, okay? You've got to nail these. Again, I got videos on all this stuff. Tags are almost irrelevant at this point, but I still put them in. But again, tags are the same as the description. Have all those major keywords. You can use tools like TubeBuddy where it actually gives you the best tags for that video and you can just click them. But again, don't be putting in a bunch of random tags like real estate and real estate investing and I wouldn't mind ranking for that and that. Nope, it's got to support the video. Thumbnail. When I upload a video, I release 3 thumbnails for one video and they ABC split test against each other. I am anal about my thumbnails. This is one of the things that has really, really become competitive. You've got to have the best thumbnails, best titles in order for your videos to get clicked. There's a lot of people doing it. I spend copious amounts of time and money, almost $50 for every thumbnail that I get made because I take it that serious. So, but you can do them yourself and you can have great luck. Again, what you want is a high vis picture of what you're talking about. You know, if you're doing a home tour, have that home in the back and make sure your face is in that thumbnail. You want your face all over the thumbnail, all over your YouTube channel, everywhere so they connect with you. And the thought process behind this is, what if they catch your video and they really like it and then life happens. They got to move on. They got to go do something else. Well, they come back and they search. If they like your videos, the good news is YouTube typically recommends your stuff. But if they go through scrolling the pages again and they say, hey, I see that face. I like that guy's videos. You do this, trust me. They're gonna be more likely to click on that. But if your thumbnail is just the house all the time, they don't really know who you are and they'll just skip right on by. Playlist strategy. So we make a bunch of different playlists as well. And this is really handy too. If we're doing a video in, let's say, the Woodlands, Texas, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Actually, we've done some full vlog tours. We've gone in all these different neighborhoods and that playlist is right here. You can watch all the videos on the Woodlands right here. That's a way that they can get into your playlist and they only see your videos in that playlist. So it's a great metric if you can get them to watch a video, click into another video and watch it and just keep working down the list. That watch time and that trigger is huge for your YouTube channel. All right, Jackson. Well, I'm shooting these videos and I just want to go gangbusters and I want to upload 100 videos. And what if they come to my YouTube channel and there's only 2 videos on it? They're going to hate me. Guys, I hear this all the time. I even launched another brand new YouTube channel about 6 months ago, and I still follow this strategy. And let me remind you, that YouTube channel today is only 6-7 months old. It's got 200 and maybe 45 subscribers. That's it. Guess how many homes we've already closed? 4. We've already got about 6 to 8 clients in the process of buying homes. Guys, this is life-changing business and money, and it only took me 200 something subscribers. My process works. Don't go away or stray away from it. But we upload 1 video a week. And that's what I recommend for people because I already know you're going to want to go gung-ho and you're going to upload 3 videos and all of a sudden you have no more for the next week. And you're like, crap, I got to upload another, I got to shoot another one. Then you rush it, you do a crappy video and then you quit, okay? 97% of agents quit after the first 3 videos. These are real statistics. If you want to stay consistent, do 1 video a week. I really highly suggest that you block time out of your schedule every week at the same day, same time, and you get used to that. And that's when you shoot your videos. If you got to edit them, you know how long, that takes a long time, but every week do 1. Once you get the process down, man, these things can go quick. You can start doing it quicker. Then you can jump up to 2 a week. If you're somebody who you're like, oh, no, I already know I can do 2 a week, no problem. Here's the other thing that I recommend. Before you ever hit publish on a video, make sure you have at least 4 to 6 videos shot and edited, ready to go before you ever hit live. Because if you have to miss a week, you're going to be good to go. In fact, our students in our Scale Plus program, where we give them the title, we teach them how to shoot the video, we edit the video, we do everything for you. We do not allow them to publish a video until typically they get about 8 to 10 of them. Because again, I've been doing this so long, I know people will give up. So make sure that you are always staying ahead. 1 video a week works just fine. My videos are an hour long. You don't need to start with that. A good 12, 15, 18 minutes is good. And I know that's long too. We don't do YouTube Shorts. We don't do Instagram Reels. We don't pay any money. All of that is absolute YouTube channel killers. And if you're hearing that from anybody out there, they are lying to you. That is not what works. And I'm telling you this right now. In fact, we have agents who try to do that stuff to like revive channels that they had going good, and they completely kill them and they have to start over. Bad stuff. Same day, time each week. I already talked about that. And then monitor your analytics. This is where I have just fallen in love. And anybody who knows me knows I know data and analytics about YouTube for real estate better than any human on planet Earth. And there's nobody close. This is the only thing that tells you the truth. You can think you shot the greatest video ever. And if it doesn't perform well, the data and the analytics will tell you. Everything that I teach, everything that I show, and everything that I put out there is based on data and analytics. I'm going to track and watch everything I do and always strive to get better. So on there you see watch time and retention. Again, those are the 2 biggest metrics to YouTube. YouTube is ran by ad money and not by what you spend, but basically every video has a monetary value. And the better your video performs, meaning the longer you keep people on that platform, the more it's going to recommend your videos. So we really want good average view durations and watch time. I know exactly what metrics you need to shoot for. Again, I've done videos on this, and this is what we coach our students in the elite coaching. We are working solely on getting the watch time and retention rates go up, and they're the ones who are having explosive growth. So make sure that you guys are monitoring the analytics. 7, conversion and lead capture. The leads will start coming in, right? But in order to do that, I talked about the call to action. These CTAs are so important. And you can't be salesy. You got to provide value, but you definitely need to start telling people in your videos, hey, call me. I freaking love it. There's nothing I love more. Call me days, nights, weekends. One piece of advice I can give you, please don't use your personal cell phone number or your brokerage email. I don't care how much you love your broker. I don't care how much you love your brokerage. Eventually, you may leave that thing. And guess what? I've seen it multiple times. You will get your email taken away from you and you have no access to that YouTube channel anymore. And if you're pasting it across the screen of your videos, well, all those leads are now going to your old brokerage or that email shut off. Get a broad email, a Gmail, whatever, and try to get some kind of new cell phone number. Any way that you can get a number. You can even use Zoom communication. But that's a great way. And the reason I say don't use your personal cell, I would love for people to call me. When it goes, it goes. We have sometimes upwards of 250 leads a month coming from one of our YouTube channels. There's no way I could manage that. That goes to a lead manager, and from there, they hand that out. We have a team of 55 agents. You've got to prepare for the future. And I've even had a half dozen agents who I told don't use your number. And they're like, well, I would love it. They had to give their personal number to the team and they went and got a new one. Could you imagine not having your personal number anymore? I've seen it. Link to Calendly or site in every description. So this is an option that you can do. We don't rely heavily on this, but it's definitely something you can do. We like the warm reach out of either text, email, or call. Those are the best leads that you can possibly get. But you can also have, Calendly links on there to book appointments. The only thing I would advise against that is if you do that, you may start getting a lot of scheduled Zoom calls with people who are just coming there to vacation or maybe move there. And so you'll learn you kind of waste your time. The reason I put the site is because we have a site, originalhoustontexas.com. It's got an interactive map. It's the only one of its kind. They can click on that and they can go check out all of our other videos. They're linked in there. And if they want to go create their own home search, they can click on those hearts and then we can get their information that way. But it also has tabs in there where people can fill out a form of when they're moving, when their budget is, what kind of home they want, all of that information. But that's something you should think about after this is going. phone number, email, that is your gold right there. Pin a comment with the contact information. This is something I should probably do more. I have so many YouTube channels, so many things going, but if you didn't know, when you release your video, you can go be the first to comment or 10th to comment, whatever. You can actually pin that and you can put your phone number and email in there. So it's a great little trick. Again, people are idiots, as I've been told, and it's sometimes tough for them to find your contact information. So you really want your phone number and your email everywhere for when they have that knee-jerk reaction to get a hold of you. Number 4, respond to all comments quickly. So definitely starting a video out, I monitor every comment and I typically go back in and I reply to those comments with a question. I try to get them to engage more. The more comments, the more engagement I get, again, the better the videos perform. Once this thing is going and you're getting thousands of comments, you can kind of slow down on that. Now, we probably still should be doing it. We have VAs who actually do it all for us now, but that engagement is really, really big. So 8, tracking and scaling. So basically what we learned was that this got out of control pretty quickly, and I'm not the most organized guy. So I was taking the phone call, my personal number, and then I would just save their contact information as like Dave Smith, YouTube, or Cindy Lou, YouTube. And I had it written on like sticky notes. But the problem with this stuff is sometimes these people might be 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or 2 years out. And we actually ran into this issue with our big channel here in Houston when we had our big team. The leads that would call right away and they were ready to move, the agents really gravitated towards those, and you will do the same. And I've seen this happen with almost every YouTuber out there, and they will start working with those, and then they will forget to contact the other people that reached out who are 6 months away. They kind of get their feelings hurt a little bit, and with that, they may go to the next person down the line. And what are they going to say? Oh, I tried to contact that team and they never called me back. So right away, I would just simply use your CRM. Make sure that you get them in the CRM. Don't drip them and throw a bunch of garbage at them, but just make sure that you are reaching out to them. And here's a real expert advice. When you do contact them and they say, hey, we're 9 months out, you go, perfect. I work with people just like you every day. Here's what I want you to do. I don't want to beat you over the head with phone calls all the time. When would you like me to reach back out to you? And what is your preferred communication? Oh, that's great. We like, text message, or we like email. Okay, when would you like me to really start reaching out? Maybe 6 months in advance so we can plan, or 3 months? Yes, that would be great. Those are things that you can do to where you can set reminders. And now you've already told them, hey, I'm busy with people who are here right now. When you are ready to buy, all my attention is on you. So those are things that when you tell people that, they respect it. And now they're like, okay, yep, we're good to go. We're still in planning phase. 3 months from now, you call them and say, hey, you said you were 9 months out. It's been about 3 months. So are you still about 6 months away? Yes, we are. We're right on track. Or, oh my gosh, nope, things came up. We got to be there in a month. I can't believe you just called. Perfect. Let's do this. Identify top performing topics and double down. So with tracking and scaling too, not only with the leads, you got to follow. And this is the big mistake. Agents want to go and they do some sort of video or random video and it blows up, but it really doesn't generate leads. And they keep doing that because they like the views, and it takes you away from the lead flow. So when you're tracking and scaling, you can't always tell which videos they called in on or which videos performed. But if you're starting to get a bunch of calls about a certain area and you did a video on that, you might want to start doubling down on that area. Lastly, add a second channel or a different language, right? So I get this all the time. Well, Jackson, I live in this market, but I also work in that market and that market. I think I'm going to start 3 channels at once. Guys, you're going to get overwhelmed. I'm the only human in the world who's traveled the country building YouTube channels. It's not easy. Again, build your main channel where you live, get it going, learn how to do it, optimize it, get it scaled. And then from there, if you want to add one, you can do it. But do not start 2 at once. It is so brutal. I've talked a lot today about this YouTube, and I've mentioned the elite coaching. And if you have questions for me, that is my direct email right there, info@jacksonwilkie.com. You can learn more about our coaching program. We have obviously the original real estate YouTube course, elite coaching, and we do the full service, like I mentioned, called Scale Plus, where we give you the titles. We coach with you one-on-one every week. We watch your videos for you and with you and teach you how to get better. We upload them, title, tag, description. And one thing that we just added was channel audits. So if you're somebody who has a YouTube channel that's been out there for a while and it maybe died off a little bit or it just never got going, we can actually do full channel audits. We'll break down your data analytics. We'll show you what's working, what's not. Hey, unlist all these videos, get rid of these, let's go all in on this. And then we coach you up on how to shoot the proper videos, titles, all of that. But we go through an interview process because we've actually found that people, think they can do it, but they actually really can't. And then they'll kind of drag other people down. We only want people who put in the work. And so we go through what we call basically is like an interview process. And this is not only for us, this is for you. So you have the ability to learn about us and see if we're a fit for you. And most importantly, if you are a fit for us in our program. So again, I just want you to be able to get that information. It's super easy. info@jacksonwilkie.com. Reach out to me directly. I would love to hear from you. And with that, we can actually do a strategy call with you and see where you're at in the game. Again, that's my email right there. And we also do partner with agents. So we are at eXp Realty, my partner and I. And with that, we actually have private coaching. We give you the courses for free. This is where we can actually be a part of your business and help you build this out together. It's all free of cost. So info@jacksonwilkie.com. You can learn about that as well. This is a video right here though, where I actually go through building out a full YouTube channel. So now that you have kind of the checklist and the structure, this is gonna help you really build it out. So I would definitely recommend clicking on that video and getting started today.